Hey little Larks. So as some of my viewers know, along with some more of my upbeat videos, I've also used this vlog as a way to open up about some of the difficulties I've dealt with in my life. I've shared with you guys a lot of personal stuff, and it's been received pretty well, so I feel like with all the positive response and support I got from you guys, my lovely viewers, I feel comfortable enough to try to work out some of the stuff that's been happening in my life recently. I've talked a lot about my dad in past videos, and we're really close. I could talk about him for ages, but today's video I'm going to talk about my mom. It might seem kind of weird for some of my long-term viewers to hear me talk about my mom, because until now I haven't even mentioned her. Well, that's because I haven't seen her in a very, very, very long time. After I was born, my mom spent a few years as a single parent, under some very, very, very difficult conditions. Eventually, she wasn't able to support the both of us, and I entered the foster system when I was 4 years old. Honestly, I have a very hard time remembering my life before foster care, and I don't even remember some of the earlier homes that I was in. I do remember that foster care, it was a hard system to live in. I ended up with this one family that they weren't it was a hard situation to live in. With let's put it at that. They ended up being the last people that I lived with before my dad adopted me. He adopted me when I was 7, and to this day I consider that to be the best thing that has ever happened to me. In a lot of ways, I think of my dad as the only parent that I've ever really had. So it's kind of difficult to reckon with because of the news that I got recently. I knew my dad had some contact with my birth mom back when I was a kid, but neither of us had heard from her in a really, really long time before this week. My dad has been away from work for a while, but he called me a few days ago to tell me that my mom had passed away. Before she died, she had apparently been trying to find me through the foster care system, and trying to reconnect with me, which must have been pretty hard considering how much me and my dad moved around. But before she died, she was apparently trying to find me through the foster care system to try to reconnect with me, which must have been pretty hard considering of all the times my dad and I moved around. So I guess that's why she couldn't get in touch before she got sick. I have this letter she sent to my dad, and he kept it for me until I turned 18. It's pretty personal, obviously, but I thought it was really important, and I guess it still connects us somehow. So I'm not gonna read the entire thing, but there was one part that really got to me. My darling girl, when I last saw you, you were so small and already so full of the world. You are so full of compassion and creativity and energy that it must be inherent in you, your own brand of personal beauty. You inspired me on that day you were born, as you have every day since. I know my mom loved me. I really know that. But I don't know how much grief I should be feeling right now. On one hand, all I know about her is what my dad has told me. We never even had the chance to speak. I don't know what her voice sounded like, or what she really looked like. And in a lot of ways, this is someone I barely knew. And she did give me up. I know she had to do it, and it wasn't her fault, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to think about. But, on the other hand, she was my mom. Losing, I don't know, I feel that should be a really big deal. You know, especially now that she's gone, losing your mom is a pretty big deal, right? But I feel less like I lost her and more like I lost the chance at a relationship with her. She was trying to get in touch. She cared about me, and I'll never get the chance to meet her. I know from what my dad says that she's a good person, and even if I didn't trust my dad's judgment, I have what she wrote. I have proof from that. She was a really great mother, and she tried so hard to care for me. I wish I was able to appreciate that more when I was alive, but what can you do, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry to dump all that on you. Sometimes talking through these things helps, you know. Anyway, this is dedicated to my mom. Wherever she is now, I hope she's happy. See you guys.